Fit check for hiking on day 6. And of course, the granola bar breakfast. I started the day off with a hike to Lake McDonald, which is the largest lake in Glacier National Park, and it's known for its rainbow rocks, which you can see through the crystal clear water. I then headed over to the Trail of the Cedars, which showcases cedar trees that are 500 plus years old. And the smell through this forest is unmatched. Between the cedars and the pines, freshest air I've ever smelled. And your girl loves a good waterfall. So I got to see not one, not two, but 3 incredibly blue waterfalls. Fun fact, the blue or turquoise color comes from what they call glacier flower, and it's when a glacier rubs on rocks, creates silt, and that silt is dispersed within the water, and then it shines in the sun and looks blue. Here I had to talk my way through the trail so that I would scare away any bears and calm my fears at the same time. If you want to hear what this conversation was all about, I will post that in a separate post as well. But be warned, it is about nothing substantial. I successfully made it to the end of the trail without any bear incidences at Avalanche Lake, and I was greeted with these views. I became a modern-day Snow White and made friends with this little chipmunk guy and watched him for a while. You've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got some troubles, well, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do. My friend departed as abruptly as that song stopped, so I went ahead and found my lunch spot. Good old PB&J with this view. As luck would have it, I made a new friend while I was eating lunch. She seemed quite sweet, however, I did not invite her over to share. And after a long hike, that water looked too incredibly tempting. So I went ahead and took the old boots off and indulged my tootsies a little bit. I took a couple selfies with this gorgeous background because why wouldn't you? And then I stood for one final reflection before heading out. I was then escorted out of Avalanche Lake by the mountain bluebird. On my way out, I found another waterfall, so of course I had to stop and take it in. I also stopped on my way back to the campground to get some huckleberry ice cream and some wine. Once I made it back to the campsite, I built a fire and then made pork chops, asparagus, and roasted potatoes. As night fell, I read my book by the fire and roasted marshmallows before retiring to bed.